Alright, mega love shout out mga kakabsat. Eto, pakinggan naman natin si Attorney Jinky Luistro mga kakabsat. Latest interview niya kanina sa The One News. Tama ba? One News ba? Tama. Basta sa One PH. Ito yung latest interview niya. Panoorin natin. Sabay-sabay, di ko pa napapanood to. Ngayon ko lang papanoorin. Here we go.
Natin ulit si House Lead Prosecutor Representative Jervel Luistro. Ma'am, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Thank you for joining us once again.
Welcome back.
Good evening and thank you for having me here again.
Thank you.
Opo. Ma'am, simulan ko na po si Maricel po ito. Kumusta na po yung plano natin na pagkuha ng mga private prosecutors?
Actually, Maricel, we are so overwhelmed sapagkat napakarami ng magagaling na abogadong gustong tumulong sa mga public prosecutors. As a matter of fact, yan ang dahilan why we are challenged on how to finalize the list of our private prosecutors. But what I can say, we are grateful sapagkat it seems that itong magagaling na abogadong ito, they believe in our cause, they believe in our evidence, and that is why they are voluntarily intending to help the public prosecutors. No? Very soon, kapag na-finalize na natin yan, we will be sharing the list publicly.
Pero when it comes po dun sa mga expertise nitong ating mga nagvo-volunteer po na private prosecutors, ano po talaga yung hinahanap ninyo?
Well, as I have said, magagaling sila eh. Mga abogado de campanilla talaga, no? In fact, yung iba galing pa nga sa malalaking law firms, no? So, sa amin naman, we have strong evidence already. What we need now are private prosecutors who will help us present the evidence so as we can establish very well our case against the respondent, no? Kasi the fact that you have an evidence is one thing. And the fact of how you are going to present them is another thing, no? Of course, on our end, aminado naman kaming mga public prosecutors, bagaman kami mga abogado, since we embark in public service, medyo napahinto kami sa litigation. That's why we are working double time to refresh ourselves on rule on evidence as well as on trial techniques.
Pero ma'am, yung po mga nagvo-volunteer na private prosecutors, pro bono po yan?
Voluntary. So, I believe this is pro bono.
Congresswoman Luistro, si Jovi po. Nakita natin kanina yung preview no? Kasi pwede natin preview dahil sinabi na po ng ilang senador na yun na yung possible schedule ng impeachment trial by July 6.
July 6.
Meron sa umaga, meron sa gabi, meron hanggang Friday sa kututusin, hindi sa 3 times a week. So ano ba ang reaction nyo sa projected schedule na yun? Lalo na, syempre may trabaho rin kayo sa lower house, yung buong panel.
Well, actually, we have not received any official information about the schedule, no? But I've been hearing it from the media that it was pronounced now by Senator Erwin Tulfo that they might start the trial on July 6. Ang reaction ko doon, I'm happy. We welcome that. We are very positive. And it appears to us that the Senate is really responding to the mandate of the Constitution, no? Sa akin, tamang-tama lang yung July 6. Kasi if we will be computing the period that was given to the Vice President to file her answer, that's 10 days, di ba? Tapos when we receive that answer, we are given as well a period of 5 days to file a reply, no? So that's a total of 15 days, no? Initially. So pag kino-compute ko, parang matatapos ito ng first week of July, first week of June, the responsive pleadings. Pag natapos itong responsive pleadings na ito, it is our intention really to reach out to the impeachment court na sana magkaroon ng pre-trial conference. Dito sa pre-trial conference, this is quite informal compared dun sa mga trial. But what we do here, we mark the exhibits, we mark the evidence, we submit the list of our witnesses, we submit the list of our documents, we offer stipulations of facts, tapos nagkakaroon din ng admissions, no? In other words, sinisimplify nito yung dapat pag-usapan during the trial. Yung pwedeng ipag-agree na ng both parties, we call that stipulation and admission para limited yung pagtatalunan during the trial. No? We are looking forward na i-consider ng impeachment court itong pre-trial conference para ma-lessen yung issue. And then after that, we will be proceeding to pre-trial, which is the more formal proceeding, no? Na if I will be comparing it to what is happening in the court, parang ina-adapt lang dun sa pre-trial. Lahat ng nangyari dun sa pre-trial conference. No? And after the pre-trial, then we can start with the trial. That's why I'm happy with the July 6. Kasi for me, parang yung in between ng responsive pleadings, which can be sometime after the first week of June until before July 6, no? Saktong-sakto yun for the pre-trial conference and pre-trial. sana i-consider ng impeachment court.
Yeah. Pero ang follow-up lang naman doon, Kong Luistro, ay yung schedule na umaga-gabi, tapos syempre attend daw ng session. So malamang kayo makaka-attend din kayo sa lower house, ano, dahil merong part doon na may session daw eh. So magkakanya-kanya muna kayo.
Siguro I will be reserving my reaction to that once nakita ko na yung final na schedule. And even assuming na merong mga gabi, merong mga araw, no? Remember that we have divided ourselves into 4 teams, no? There are 4 articles of impeachment. So what we did, we created 4 teams. One team is assigned to every article, no? So I think we can manage even if the schedule will be quite hard.
Yeah. Kong, good evening. Si Chicky Verhel po ito. Napag-usapan po natin dito yung 4 articles of impeachment. Kayo po ba napag-usapan nyo na kung ano yung uunahin yung i-present? Kasi I remember paulit-ulit na sinasabi po ng mga nasa House Justice Panel and even other lawmakers, no? Sabi nila na itong threat o banta sa buhay ng Pangulo, First Lady, Martin Romualdez, ay ito yung pinaka-strong pagdating sa ebidensya. Pero yun namang SALN, unexplained wealth, apekado tayong lahat. So ano po yung uunahin po ninyong i-present?
Actually, ang submission namin dyan, the 4 articles are all strong, no? Kaya lang, there are factors which must be considered in deciding alin ba uunahin, alin ba sunod, alin ang pangatlo, alin ang huli. Ano ba itong mga factors na ito? One is evidence, pangalawa yung nature ng offense, kung madali lang ba siyang i-prove or hindi, and third, of course, the number of witnesses, no? Basta ang intention lang namin, we want our initial salvo to be convincing as much as possible, no? Gusto namin yung unang article na i-represent namin, we should be able to establish very well our case, no? So, yun lang. But the thing is, we are submitted that all of them are strong articles. May mga factors lang kailangan pag-aralan in deciding which to go first.
Okay. Pero dun sa na-mention po ninyo na pre-trial conference, bago pa man mangyari yung pre-trial, nais nyo nga po magkaroon ng pre-trial conference, yung mga ilalatag po ninyo dun, ebidensya o kung ano man pong i-open book po ninyo dun, yun na po yung pag-uusapan. Wala nang additional evidence. Kung merong additional, hindi na pwede pag-uusapan po.
Actually, about the additional evidence, that is still possible, provided that during the pre-trial conference, you will be making a reservation, like for example, reservation of 1 witness, 2 witness, provided you will be providing the gist of their testimony, no? Possible pa rin yun by way of reservation, no? The good thing about this pre-trial conference and pre-trial is para bang gumagawa tayo ng roadmap para once we start the trial, wala nang mga discussions pa on what to do first. We will simply proceed with what we have agreed on in our pre-trial order. Kasi dito sa pre-trial conference at saka pre-trial, you will agree on the sequence perhaps and the presentation that you will be holding during the trial. You will agree on the witnesses, on the evidence which will be presented. As a matter of fact, pwede rin kayo mag-agree on stipulation of facts, alin ba yung hindi na kailangan i-prove at pwede nang i-agree nung kabilang party. In other words, nalalesen yung issues at nalalesen din yung mga unnecessary discussions during the trial. So that's the good thing about the pre-trial.
Yeah.
Ma'am, alam naman po natin na hindi po ito yung best time, no, sa Senate dahil po dun sa dami ng mga nangyayari sa kanila. And hanggang kanina po pinag-uusapan nga naming tatlo, hindi pa rin talaga nawawala yung issue na baka mamaya mapursige pa rin yung Senate coup. So, ano po yung concerns ninyo dito bilang bahagi po kayo ng prosecutor? Ano po yung nakikita ninyong posibleng maging epekto nito doon sa impeachment trial kung sakali man na magkaroon na naman ng pagbabago sa liderato po ng Senado?
Well, first of all, I wish to commend the present leadership of the Senate because
bawat kwento, bawat sarap.
Again, sa mga bagong pasok, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe.
They convened the impeachment court forthwith. And they have pronouncement already as to when to start the trial. So to me, they are responding to the mandate of the Constitution, no? Kasi ito yung sinabi ko during our first public appearance as members of the prosecution panel, na I hope we are reminded that what is mandated to be forthwith is not only the convening of the impeachment court. What is mandated to be forthwith is the entire trial. And when you say trial, it means presentation of evidence, presentation of witnesses, which will lead to the decision of the senator judges, which are either conviction or acquittal only. Now, with regards to the circulating possible change of leadership, no? Kasi palaging may umuugong na ganyan. Let us remember that what the prosecutors are doing springs from a constitutional duty. Having said so, regardless of who are in the majority and who are in the minority, we are bound to proceed to appear before the impeachment court to prove our case against the respondent vice president.
Okay. Pero ngayon po kasi, one of the senators, Senator Bato de la Rosa, itinuring na rin po kanina ng Department of Justice, malinaw po dun sa kanilang press briefing na isa na rin pong fugitive. So having said that, dahil nga po malinaw yung estado ng ni Senator Bato base po dun sa deklarasyon ng DOJ, ano po yung inaasahan natin doon? Ibig bang will he still be allowed to vote when it comes dito sa impeachment case? Do you think it's advisable for him to still participate? Paano po yung inaasahan natin?
Of course, I understand that there is a resolution authored by the Honorable Senator Rodante Marcoleta about allowing the electronic voting. No, I don't know if he made mention about Senator Bato in his resolution, but it seems to me na opinion ko lang naman that whatever is the result of the appreciation of the senators on that resolution will have a direct effect to Senator Bato, no? Ito opinion ko lang. Let us understand the significance of this impeachment process.
Yeah.
This is a power that is given to the sovereign Filipino people. As a matter of fact, we in the House of Representatives are merely representing the people of the Philippines, no? This is sacred. This is solemn. Because it is the Filipino people exercising its power to impeach a high-ranking official on grounds for impeachment and to prove as well that she or he is no longer fit to continue serving as such, no? Having said so, it is important that the senator judge should witness the presentation of evidence because that is his only opportunity to witness the demeanor of every witness who will be sitting on the witness stand. Of course, demeanor is very important because it tells us whether this particular witness is telling the truth or otherwise. His presence will also give him the opportunity to examine the documents which will be presented, no? And if it is important that he is present during the presentation of evidence, it is likewise so important that he must be present as well during the voting. Because what we're talking about here is the interest of the entire Philippine nation, no? So, I don't know how he will do that, but this is the thing. If he risks himself to a possible arrest during the change of leadership, he must find stronger reason why he should perform his constitutional duty personally before the impeachment court. That is just my opinion.
Yes.
And with all due respect to Senator Bato.
Noted po yan, Congresswoman. Magla-last question sana ako before tayo magbabayad, makapagpahinga na si Congresswoman Luistro. No? Pero kung tatanungin ko lang, natutunan namin sa ICC kasi ito na talagang yung protection nila doon sa mga witnesses kahit di pa nagsisimula yung trial talaga, no? Trial proper ay talagang maigting. Tayo, alam natin na meron mga ihaharap na witnesses, ano, lalo po sa inyong panig. Sila ba ay protected na sa mga panahon na to, lalo at pwede pang maraming mangyari bago mag-July 6?
Well, I understand that the institution, the House of Representatives, is addressing that concern.
Okay.
The concern of securing the witnesses, considering that soon enough, we will be presenting them before the impeachment court.
Okay, so at least sila ay pinangangalagaan. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige po. Ma'am, maraming salamat po for joining us this evening. Sa uulitin po ha.
Thank you po.
Kasi mukhang
You're
kailangan din.
always welcome.
Salamat
Gusto rin po
po.
naming maunawaan tong impeachment, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you po sa inyo.
Good
Thank
evening po.
you, and good evening sa lahat ng viewers and followers.
Thank you po.
Kapatid, si
Bye.
Congresswoman Shervy Luis.
So hindi siya
Salamat, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. Ayun, ako po, makakapsat. Ako, Bato! Paano ba yan? Malaki yung problema ni Bato dito, mga kakapsat. Diyos ko Lord, no? Good morning, I am everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. Patay tayo dyan. Ako po. Maraming salamat. I am Batman. O, sa mga Arton Zala, shoutout kapsat. Kamusta yung 13 na hudas, sabi ni Mamano. Kamusta na kaya sila, no? Okay lang naman sila. They're okay. No? Nagtatampo lang si Pia. Diyos ko po, Rudy. Nakalaibang NBI ngayon, Mabsat. Singitan nga lang natin yon. Nakalive yung NBI ngayon. Puntahan natin. Nakita ko lang. Nakalive ang NBI. As in live siya ngayon. Ito, puntahan natin. Bago tayo mag last topic, puntahan mo natin itong NBA. Update sa NBA. Ano bang latest?